Metroid Prime 4 is right around the corner, and yes, I finally got a chance to play it. You can play it too, actually. You can go to Best Buy, Target, or Walmart, and they have kiosks set up with the demo that many people have gotten to experience in public settings such as Gamescom and other locations. Now, I recorded my full gameplay session. It was about 16 minutes long, and I have to say, I feel really good about Metroid Prime 4 right now. Long story short, this is the preview version. This is the version that people have had the opportunity to play at several different public events, and it's really, really slick. It feels great on the Switch too. It's always a little tricky to play and record at the same time, so if my gameplay is a little bit worse than most of my gameplay normally is, it's because I'm trying to do too many things at once. But it's good. The gameplay is really, really good. I think that this opening section really, really does a great job of establishing the aesthetic. It does a great job of establishing that this is a more cinematic style Metroid game than maybe what we are used to or what we've experienced in the past. And I am all about that. Now, you come into a section of the game. It is right there in the beginning where Samus is blowing up all the ships. You've probably seen it in some of the trailers. And it's really, really good. It looks really, really good. It really feels good. Visually, they're knocking it out of the park, and they're really nailing that Metroid Prime vibe that hopefully Nintendo is going for. You get to fight some space pirates. They're basically teaching you the core mechanics of aiming and shooting. I didn't even really use my missiles for the whole demo. I just used a charge shot and basic shooting. Nothing too complicated. Some jumps, and it's not a particularly difficult encounter. Now, the whole experience is very linear. You kind of go from point A to point B. There wasn't a lot of that Metroidvania style that a lot of people have credited the Prime series with, where you do backtracking and such. But again, this is like the very beginning of the game. It's like a 15-minute long demo. You get 20 minutes to experience it, so you can really take your time and scan things. I took a lot of time doing that, by the way. I would scan the computers. I would scan things in the environment. I even went through the menus a little bit. In the menus, you can kind of see some descriptions of the various arm cannon that Samus happens to be using for this particular demo. And I know we are going to get potentially other upgrades to those weapons, and there's some stuff locked out in the menu. I have seen other videos talk about the video options. I wasn't thinking, never went into the video options, but you can play this in 1080p, and I was only able to play in handheld mode. They didn't have a docked version of the game set up at the location that I went to. You can also play up to 120 FPS, and I believe the base resolution for that is 720p. Now, I played in handheld mode and really, really enjoyed what I got to experience. I can't wait to play it with the Pro controller, because that would be my ideal gameplay experience, if I'm being totally honest. You know, and I really want to try the mouse controls. One of the things you're going to be able to do when you actually get to play Metroid Prime at your house is take off your controller, the side controller, and use it like a mouse. Like, you'll be able to put it on a surface and mouse around and be able to use it basically like you would any other keyboard and mouse, as you can do with your Nintendo Switch 2 right now. That's one of the features that I'm really excited about, because there are a lot of enemies on the screen. I love playing with keyboard and mouse. It's probably my preferred input methodology. I just think you get a level of accuracy. It would be cool if I could hook up an actual mouse to my Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know if that's supported. I'll have to Google it after I record this video, but I think that would be a really, really great addition, in addition to all of the other features that they are sporting. Now, let's talk about the drama. There's been a lot of drama about one annoying character that people got to interact with at a preview event that happened about a month ago. Now, It's this nerdy guy who over explains, and he's in a cool set of armor, but he does have some interesting mechanics. I was watching Game Ranks talk a little bit about their experience with their preview. It was one level. It was in a jungle area with a little bit of the backtracking and exploration. I saw Steven Totillo talk about just the vast scope of the map, but this character is what everybody really honed in on. Basically, he's a nerdy guy. I actually think his armor looks pretty cool, and he can actually help you fight in combat.
Does follow you, it's interesting because he can engage in combat, and he has a little health bar that can go down, but then it'll gradually fill back up between enemy encounters.
I have to wonder if this is one character of several that you're going to be introduced to, and maybe I'm hoping, here's my hope, right? My hope is that there's going to be other characters, and at the end, you will have built up a little bit of a tribe for yourself as Samus, and you will be able to actually go ahead and utilize all of their abilities and their strengths to have a big final encounter where all of their knowledge sort of comes in handy. I could see that sort of being a Metroid is larger than just Samus type goal of Nintendo to flesh this out. They talked about Metroid Prime 4 being the start of basically a new series. So I wonder if they're going to introduce some side characters that some people are going to have strong opinions about, like this nerdy character, and then they're going to introduce others that you meet along the way who could potentially be stronger candidates for side characters or more impactful characters. I would personally love to see that.
Like Samus, some Galactic Federation troopers were also transported to view rows.
Data received.
Follow distress signals to help the troopers and occasionally battle alongside them.
One of the things that I'm really excited about is actually the vehicle levels, how you can like side swipe characters. We've seen that in a lot of the Nintendo coverage where they show the motorcycle and what you're able to do there. In terms of puzzles, I'm also really excited about the puzzles. In the demo I played, you can scan a door and then you have to shoot the 4 things on the door. I kind of struggled with it in this footage because, I'm recording and doing stuff at the same time. But imagine I had the mouse and I'm able to use the mouse ability and easily just knock that out. I think you're going to have a lot more precision if you do it that way. But it's going to be my first time actually trying out the mouse. And I do plan to play Metroid Prime 4. It'll probably be my last review of 2025, if I'm being honest. And to give you a little bit of context here, so I'm really excited about the puzzles. I like that they're doing things that will make you utilize the Nintendo Switch 2 controls in sort of a unique way. And I do think that adds a little bit of a layer to Metroid. To give you a little bit of context about my Metroid experience, obviously I played the NES Metroid. I played Metroid Prime. I played Metroid Dread, Metroid Zero Mission, and I even played Metroid Other M. Now, I haven't finished every Metroid. I got to like the very end of Metroid Dread, and then just something else often comes along and then I don't finish it. Zero Mission I adore. I really, really like the remake of Metroid Zero Mission. I did the full playthrough over on IGN. It's only like 4 or 5 hours long, but it is superb. Oh, and of course I played Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. I'm forgetting that. Metroid Prime, I played several hours of Metroid Prime, didn't finish it. And Metroid Other M, I actually did finish, and I reviewed it way, way back in the day for Screw Attack. And for me as a fan, no, I haven't played every single Metroid that's ever been made in existence, but I think Metroid Prime 4 is doing something really interesting where they're reestablishing Samus in 2025 as this story-driven character arc, sort of like they tried to with Other M, and I'm really excited about where they're taking this. That's why I think they're like, okay, we have this really, really cool level, and PR people are prepared for any sort of response. So I think they expected the response to that nerdy character. But if that is the worst, quote unquote, worst the game gets, like maybe that guy makes your motorcycle and redeems himself later, I'm all about something like that. Then I'm really excited to see where they go from there. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I really liked it. And I do know that this is an early version of the game. It's just the beginning, but the cutscenes are looking great. The setup of the villain is really interesting. The mechanics are working really, really well. I can't wait to play it either on controller or with the mouse setup that a lot of people are going to be utilizing for the game. Can't wait to see more. Let me know what you're thinking about it. I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be really, really great, especially it's a Nintendo game they kind of don't miss. They just had this amazing Zelda that came out not that long ago that they re-released with the Switch 2. And I am excited about this one. I think it's going to be a big hit. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell in the comments below. Overall, thumbs up so far from Destin here. Thank you so much to the members, Chris Freddy, Phil Aroni, and Aries EMS. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of the members who supported. Some of these people have been supporting 4 years, and just a heartfelt thank you. And it's December, so I hope you all are planning a good holiday, or at least planning some good gaming time for yourself. And maybe you had a good Thanksgiving as I'm recording this. Metroid Prime 4 is out this week. I do plan to play through the whole thing. Can't wait to share my full thoughts, and I'll see you then. Bye for now, everybody.